very good morning to everybody joining us today. You are live at the Waterhole with myself, Chad Hobson, and I'm going to be your naturalist for the morning as well as the afternoon session. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday morning so far, and hopefully it's just going to get better. So we are starting here at Jamala and Madikwe Private Game Reserve in the northern parts of South Africa. They've got a nice herd of impalas as well as some wildebeest. And just like yesterday, it does look like it is extremely hot day. So hopefully we're going to have nice big herds of elephants coming down to join us. On that note, why don't we have a look at the weather in all the other locations? Well, it does seem like it's a great day throughout South Africa in all the different locations. So I'm sure it's going to be a great morning. Just do remember that there's a live and interactive show. So if you would like to subscribe, you can subscribe on our website, on the WildEarth website. You can also send through questions or comments there. Or you can join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth. I'll be more than happy to answer all the questions that you might have for me on this Friday afternoon. Friday morning. I'm sure everybody is looking forward to the weekend and putting the feet up and just relaxing. I'm also looking forward to that. It's always amazing to see these wildebeest and impalas feeding on literally the smallest little bits of grass. I mean, you can even see where that impala is feeding. It might be just picking up the small little shoots that have come out after the little bit of rain that they've had up in Madikwe. It was quite incredible to see that massive storm yesterday up in Namibia. Quite incredible. Wally, good morning or good evening to you, wherever you may be watching us. Sophia Fick, oh, it's beautiful. It is indeed beautiful. It's such a stunning part of South Africa up in Madikwe. Lots of diversity in the animals and landscapes. Beautiful place to go and visit. Drive Bunny, you saying that you hope Madikwe gets some of the rain that Kruger had overnight? I also do hope they get some of the rain. I mean, any rain at this stage is very welcomed. I wasn't able to watch the live safari this morning, but I'm sure that they said how much rain there was. It was starting to rain at the last little bits of the show yesterday, so of the live at the Waterhole. So I'm sure there was quite substantial rain up in the low fault.
Fancy playing safari snaps? Or showing off your photo skills in fun competitions? How about sneak peeks of our brand new camera spots? And live chats with fellow Africam fans? Well, Africam All Access has got your back. Just head to Africam's YouTube channel, hit the join button, and select Africam All Access. You'll unlock Africam premium website perks and all the VIP benefits of our YouTube memberships.
There's six. No, there's three on the left and three on the right. Brilliant. That's exciting stuff, everybody. Those goslings survived the night, or the afternoon yesterday, as well as the night and early morning. Great to see. There was a time when I was working at a reserve, and there was Egyptian geese that I think it had 13 goslings, and it was at a very prominent waterhole in the northern parts of the reserve. And every time I went to the waterhole, I kept counting the goslings, and it was quite sad to see. Basically, every day there was one that got taken. And I mean, I'm not 100% sure what did take it, but it was often raptors that were flying around that waterhole that might have taken them. And eventually, I think she was left with three, and those three, they did survive. And we saw them almost at adulthood, which was quite incredible to see. So we're gonna leave this herd of impala and the goslings here at Jamala. I'm sure we'll catch up with them a little bit later. But for now, we're gonna head over to Juma and see what's happening. Welcome to the northern parts of the Sabi Sands, where we here at Juma Dam. It looks like we got a roller. It's likely a lilac-breasted roller. It's on the top of this dead tree here. You can hear the hippos off in the background. So hopefully they're going to make an appearance at some point. Hi, Tony. You saying hi, Chad from Pretoria. Good morning to you, Tony. Thanks very much for joining in this morning. Wally Behan saying it looks overcast. It does look a little bit overcast in the background there. So maybe there's more predicted rain. I can see the wind is blowing a little bit. Javan, you saying that a lilac-breasted roller is such a pretty bird, but I think its call is not so pretty. Question mark. Yeah, lilac-breasted rollers. They are one of the most beautiful birds out here in the African bush. Just a beautiful lilac breast, the beautiful blue when they do fly off under their wings. But you're 100% correct. Their call isn't very pretty. It definitely doesn't suit the look of this lilac-breasted roller, and it gets its name from the display that it does when trying to bring in a mate. So it flies up in the sky and then it comes down and it almost does this roll where it will turn in the air and come down. And it's to try and bring in a female to mate with. And what do we know? The hippos look like they're behind the trees once again. You can just see there, I think it's the hippo, just behind this. I think it's a red bushwallow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's a red bushwallow. You can just see the back end of one of those hippos. It's only my pleasure, Jive Bunny. I'm glad that you understood that explanation well. Thank you for always sending through your question and comments. They are very regular WildEarth viewer. So thanks once again for all your support. Can hear those red-billed buffalo weavers continuously making a noise. the background. Yeah, Juma. I'm sure they're constructing a nest in the tree just where this camera is situated. Dylan, you're saying that the birds are so peaceful to listen to. They are indeed. It's always I love sitting at a waterhole and just listening to all the different sounds that you'll hear. And sometimes you might not even know all the calls that are calling in the background, but just to sit and enjoy the sounds of nature is incredible.
Welcome to Destination Safari WildEarth travel show that showcases luxury safari destinations. We explore the intimate thatched safari lodge located here in a valley lined by indigenous vegetation in the northern section of Amakhala Game Reserve.
Barry saying that they always look so busy. I think they are always busy. They're continuously on the move, day and night, moving. The soldiers are continuously working for that queen of theirs. Victor, you asking which other species create habitats in trees? So there's quite a lot of animals that will inhabit trees. So I mean, a lot of birds will inhabit trees for nest making. Um, Something like a hornbill will use a tree to nest in. Excuse me. Also, things like woodpeckers also use the trees to nest in. Then lizards, snakes, even something like a hammerkop will build its nest on a nice big tree. They've got these beautiful, massive, um, quite unneat nests. They're quite magnificent to see. A leopard will even use trees to hoist their kills in. And lots of small little insects will also use the trees. So there's a lot of different animals that will inhabit trees. Paul, you asking ever seen wild dogs on these cams? So personally, I haven't. I haven't seen any wild dogs, but I do know that there was some wild dogs that killed an impala um, at, I believe it was Rosie's Pan, and they literally got everything on film. It was live, and I know a lot of the viewers did watch, and the wild dogs actually chased the impala into the water. But eventually, I think the impala was quite stressed out and decided to try and make a run for it, and unfortunately, that was the end of that impala. So you never know. I do also believe that not the impalas, the wild dogs ran past Juma Dam. I think it was 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't while we were live at the Waterhole. I think it might have been on the sunrise safari. So I'm not too sure where that pack of wild dogs has moved, but I mean, within all the different locations, there's possibilities of seeing wild dogs. I mean, a lot of the locations. So, Paul, you never know. You might just strike gold. So we've had a good scan around here at Juma Dam. Nice to see those termites and the smaller things. And why don't we head back to Jamala, see what's happening there. There was just one alarm call there by one of these impalas, and I see they are looking off to the right hand side, to that open clearing. Maybe just making sure of what it is. Sometimes if impalas suspect that there might be something, they will often alarm call once, and it just gets the attention of all the other impalas. Maybe they were just alarm calling at the other impalas, because this herd of impala here seems very relaxed. And we've got warthogs and piglets. How incredible is that? So, Paul, apparently there was some wild dogs on drive this morning in Juma, but it's pretty far from where the camera is. But wild dogs, they can move huge distances when hunting and things like that. So maybe, Paul, if you are wanting to see wild dogs, maybe tune into the live safari this afternoon. I'm sure one of the naturalists will definitely go to the last position of those wild dogs. I know if I was at Juma right now, I would definitely go for those wild dogs, even leave a little bit early and go and try and find them and spend the afternoon with them. Nothing better than spending an afternoon with a pack of wild dogs and having them on the hunt. Sarah from the UK, you're saying that you've learned so much about the different antelopes since watching the drives, or your drives. The waterbuck are your favorite. I'm glad you're enjoying not just the bigger things. It's nice to also learn a little bit about the smaller things. out in the bush, because sometimes you might be out and about and there won't be elephants, there won't be lions, there won't be a leopard. So you then have to focus a little bit more on the smaller things. So I'm glad you are enjoying it, and hopefully a little bit later when we do cross over to Tau, we might have some water back for you. Amazing how cozy those warthog are, making that little mud wallow look. I can only imagine how nice it must be for them to roll around in that mud, cooling themselves off. And often those little piglets will just follow what mom's doing. I mean, they learn from just seeing what mom is doing, and they'll often follow. As you can see, they are still a little bit nervous compared to the mom. Any little sound, they sort of have a bit of a jump. Always nice to see lots of different species in the same area. And we've got some warthog. Oh, that that little piglet's got the zoomies. There's some warthogs, impala, often zebra, wildebeest all around. Nice to see an array of different species within the same area. It also does look like this waterhole here at Chamala is drying up quite quickly. I know I said yesterday that it looked like it was a little bit fuller, but that island there in the middle seems to be a little bit more exposed. Patsis McGargan, you're saying they are ugly yet cute, the warthogs. They are indeed. They are extremely cute, but yet also a little bit ugly. But I definitely would say those piglets are very cute. Stephen Rousseau, you are asking how long does the average warthog live? So the average warthog would probably live somewhere around 7 or 8 years, just depending on obviously the amount of predators within an area and the food source for those predators. Because I mean, lions, leopards really do enjoy a warthog to feed on. Um, I know even in the Kalahari, there's a pack of wild dogs there that really do enjoy warthogs. That's their main sort of food source. So just depending on the area, but on average, I'd say 7 or 8 years that a warthog would live.
We are bringing you a new and improved fan favorite. We have unearthed the finest gems from over the years in our archives to give you hours of amazing entertainment. Hop on the largest safari vehicle in the world and revisit the best of WildEarth with epic moments from eco-training pride lands, memories from Madikwe, and more. Reconnect with your favorite naturalists and animal characters with the best of Safari Live. WildEarth, connecting with nature.
JB, you saying does everybody think we come back as animals? Sure, JB. I'm not sure, but if I do come back as an animal, I definitely want to be able to pick what I do come back as. What would everybody sitting at home watching now, if we did come back as animals, what would be the animal that you would want to come back as, and why? Baby Jackal, you saying it's all in your name. So Baby Jackal, you want to come back as a Baby Jackal. It's a very interesting one, coming back as a Baby Jackal, but everybody has their own opinions as what they want to come back as. But I think a Jackal could be quite cool. Dawn K, you saying an Orca. That could be an amazing one to come back as. An Orca. Just live in the ocean and everybody basically fears you. That would be quite incredible. I think an Orca could be a good one. But we're going to leave Jamala for now. Please do keep your comments coming in, what you would like to come back as. But we're going to head over to Juma and see what's happening there. So we're now joined by a young elephant bull here at Juma Private Game Reserve in the Sabi Sands. It almost looks like he's spent a little bit of time here. You can see how dark he is. And that's from him throwing mud on himself or throwing water on himself to cool himself down. So I'm sure it is, even though it is a little bit overcast, um, it is still quite humid, I'm sure. Honey badger. I mean, I'm not surprised you're saying that you would like to be a honey badger just by your name. But you're saying being antisocial, you would have to be a honey badger or a snow leopard. Sure, that's also an incredible one. A snow leopard. Snow leopards don't really get seen too regularly. I mean, people often go and track snow leopards for 10 days, and I think there's only about a 15% chance, 10 to 15% chance to see a snow leopard. So if you are an antisocial person and don't enjoy big crowds, that's definitely the right one for you. Millie B, you saying I agree with you on this one. You saying definitely come back as an elephant. You can eat all day, play and have fun, not be scared of anything, go where you want to go, and have friends and family around all the time. I'm 100% with you on that. I think an elephant could be an amazing thing to come back as. And also, I mean, coming back as an elephant, another perk is you live extremely long. I mean, you live for 60 years, so it's another whole life that you get to live. So it would be quite nice. I mean, also in Orca, they do also live to, I think it's around 50 or 60 years also. So that's why that one would also be a good one. Trish D, you saying female elephants, no predators, community behavior. So Trish, you do say that there's no predators, but I mean, I've just been thinking now, there are parts of southern Africa. I know in the Savuti in Botswana that there's prides of lions there that get over 24 or 25 lions, and those lions specialize in hunting elephants. So, I mean, if I did come back as an elephant, I don't want to be in the Savuti, that's for sure. But how incredible is that some lions over the years have adapted to hunting elephants just to feed the masses. I mean, 24 lions, it's to kill, say, for instance, even a buffalo. It's not going to feed them for too long, but even like a zebra, not all of them will even get a small meal out of that. So we also do just have to be aware of where we're going to come back as an elephant. So the poll on X, it was, do you think impalas deserve more recognition from people? 92% of the people agreed with me that they do deserve recognition, but that 8% did say no. It might be those people that often go to the bush maybe 5 or 6 times a year. Maybe those are the people that have said no. But very interesting to see that. So from the UK, I'm glad you are able to watch all of the show live in the UK. Saying thank you. It's only our pleasure. The time changes were just because of the sun coming up a little bit later as we get further into to summer. In the drive starting at 5 is very, very early. But the earlier you get out into the bush, the better, for sure. A lot of the animals are more active in the early hours and late hours of the day. So if you do head out at 11 o'clock, I mean, the predators aren't going to be really too active. So we're gonna leave Juma for now. We were waiting to see if maybe we could get a view of the hippos. They seem to still be behind the trees. We're gonna head back to Jamala. Just see a zebra running off there in the distance. John, you're asking roughly at what time do elephants start coming down to the waterhole? So, John, it's very tough to put a specific time to when the elephants will come down. But often, like the hotter it gets, the more like the more elephants will come down to the water, if that makes any sense. Um, but like elephants will drink at any time of the day. So elephants, I've seen elephants drink early morning, late morning, early afternoon, late evening, in the night. So it just really depends. It, elephants will drink when water is readily available to them. So if they walk in and they sense water that's close by or small water that's close by, they'll come. Um, but like I would say from anywhere now, 12:30, 1 o'clock might be a good time for elephants to come down. And then also, John, depending on like food availability, sometimes like elephants might drink here at Jamala now, say 7 minutes past 12, then they might move off, they'll feed a little bit, and then they might even come back to the same waterhole. Just depends how far the next waterhole is and where the most nutritious food is and where that matriarch is going to take the herd.
We all know the struggle of finding the perfect gift. But what if you could give them an unforgettable experience? Something truly extraordinary. Introducing Nature Eye. Fly a real drone remotely at iconic locations, witnessing the beauty of nature like never before. Sign up to be an explorer and you could win one of these experiences yourself. Visit natureeye.com today.
Just been having a closer look at this waterbuck, and it looks like it's actually lost both of its horns or broken off both of its horns. And that is quite unfortunate. I wonder if maybe it was even within the same fight. And Sarah from the UK, I do hope you are still watching, because I know you said a little bit earlier in the show that the waterbucks were your favorite. So I'm glad at least one waterbuck has come down to the water for you. It is quite sad to see that this waterbuck has lost both of its horns. I mean, it's going to be very tough now for this male waterbuck to be able to find a herd that he can fight a male for, because you can only imagine it's going to be very tough for him to fight another male. I mean, it's only going to be one winner with horns. Even if it fights a younger male, it will still be very tough for it. But it still does also look like it is in very good condition. Just looking at like the coat, doesn't seem like there's any hair falling out or anything like that. Almost looks like this waterbuck is a little bit sad. Shame. I feel a little bit sorry for him. Maybe he'll be able to find another male waterbuck that he'll be able to join up with and have a little bachelor group.
We all know the struggle of finding the perfect gift. But what if you could give them an unforgettable experience? Something truly extraordinary. Introducing Nature Eye. Fly a real drone remotely at iconic locations, witnessing the beauty of nature like never before. Sign up to be an explorer and you could win one of these experiences yourself. Visit natureeye.com today.
Those two are tussling a little bit. It's very interesting. They both look like females, but I think the older female is just pushing that youngster away from where it wanted to feed. So it is now the time where we open up a lot of the different locations, thanks to Africams for coming on board with WildEarth and allowing us access to all the different locations throughout Southern Africa. So just a shout out to Africams. Thank you very much.